Today I learned something very interesting about sleep. And I didn't even necessarily learn it, but it's more of a realization. And I feel like it's kind of a big deal. This might also be super helpful if you're not a morning person and you feel tired when you get up. I'm definitely a night owl and I have to get up at 5 a.m. 5 days out of the week. So. Hey, my name is Darz. Welcome here. Thanks for clicking on this video. I am currently working on a little crafty craft. This is a rug made out of strips of sheet, and I figured let's kill two birds with one stone right now, share my fun realization that I had today, and also work on my little craft, because if you didn't see my recharge video, check it out. I'll link it in the description below. Basically, I ended that video and started this video 2 seconds later, but of course you're not seeing it 2 seconds later, but that's how it happened in real time. So here I am doing my little crafty for my recharge, and I love sharing things that I learn, and so that's just fun for me too. It counts as part of my recharge, I guess you can say. Why is this not doing what I want it to do? Oh, there we go. I had it backwards. Okay. So, sleep. Have you ever noticed how you can feel tired one moment and then suddenly, like 2 seconds later, you don't feel tired anymore? Has that ever happened to you? It has definitely happened to me more than once. So I've read things before about energy and like how, you know, you can be fine 1 second and then you get a phone call and receive some news and it just totally upsets you and completely throws off your day. Whereas if that thing would have happened and nobody would have ever told you about it, you would have just continued about your day perfectly fine. And so this thing I read about energy is like how you are in control of it, and you can learn to be in control of it at least. And how, what the heck, this one is way tight in there. And how focusing your mind on different things can cause you to have different feelings. Like if you're always thinking about, oh, this negative thing happened, then it's really hard to have energy and feel excited and, you know, feel like you can do things and go about your day, right? But if you focus on positive and you're excited and happy and things feel wonderful, then you feel you have more energy, you can do more things. Oh shoot, I need scissors. Hold please. So my big realization, I realized that when you're tired, that doesn't always mean you need sleep. Let that soak in for a second. When you're tired, it doesn't always mean you need sleep. Okay? It's just kind of crazy. I always assumed that if I felt tired, that means I probably need a nap. I probably need to go to sleep early. I probably didn't get enough sleep last night. And that, I realized, is just not the case, because it can mean that. Obviously it can. It could definitely mean that many times. And a lot of times it is that. But holy cow, these strings are everywhere. I feel like I can't do anything, so I'm just pulling strings. This is too chaotic, trying to talk and do this craft at the same time. I actually watched a video recently of a girl going on a hike and trying to talk about stuff, and it was just so distracting for me. I was like, I'd rather you just tell me the story sitting in your room, like on your bed, instead of going for a hike. Because she wasn't sharing the journey of the hike at all, or like the experience of it. She was literally just talking and walking. But anyway, I really like the outdoors, don't get me wrong. It's just like, I don't know. So maybe this is a totally bad idea, but I'm still doing it. Try it out. Trying something new today. Okay. Take me, for example. I am a night owl. I'm definitely a night owl. I have tried to be a morning person, and I definitely wake up early at 5 a.m. 5 days a week. I've been doing it for months, but I'm still a morning person. Ugh, my goodness. Well, maybe if I keep saying I'm a morning person, it will change. We dream of that, right? But okay, so I am a night owl, but I have to get up early. And when I get up in the morning, I am generally feeling really tired. And I don't want to get up out of bed because I feel tired. And I'm like, if I feel tired, I need to sleep more. But on the flip side, if it is evening or night and I'm super tired, like I was like an hour ago when I put my kids to bed, I was so exhausted. I was literally like, I could fall asleep right now. I went and put my kids to bed, and I kid you not, and this has happened to me so many times. I don't even know how I didn't realize this before now. I'm laying in the bed with them. They're still pretty little, whatever. I have reasons for laying in the bed for them to go to sleep. And I am also imagining a day where I don't have to do that anymore. But that's beside the point. I was laying there so tired. So tired, you know, like I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep, honestly. As soon as I heard like the soft snoring of sleeping kids, my brain literally just, it flipped a switch. It was like, it's time to go. It's time to do my craft. It's time to clean the house. It's time to do the dishes. I'm going to go chill, relax, just enjoy the silence of the house. I have experienced this before. Let me know if you've experienced anything like this, because I'm sure you have in some way or another. Another example, I was out shopping today with my sister. We shopped for hours. We went in so many stores. We got very tired by the end. And I was super tired. I hadn't really had enough water either, honestly. I barely drank any water for those many hours that we were shopping. And so I was getting a headache. I was pretty tired. I was like, ah. But then I started thinking about it and I was like, wait, I had like carbs for breakfast, like French toast for breakfast. And I have recently not been eating much carbs. And we were talking about carbs and whatever. And I was like, wait a second. I'm not tired right now because I need sleep. Because last night I slept for 9 hours. 9 hours straight. I'm like, that is plenty of sleep. I can sometimes go fine the entire day with no caffeine, like eating well, go from 5 a.m. to like 10 p.m. Or like the other night I went from 5 a.m. to 12 midnight. And I can be fine the entire day, like without feeling super tired. I have my moments, yes, but not like today. And I was like, I got up at 9. It was like 4 or 5 p.m. And I was like, why am I so tired? I must need sleep. But no, it was actually because I hadn't had enough water and I had not fueled my body in a way that my body needed for the things that I was doing. Like I worked out this morning and I had probably 10 or 15,000 steps by the time we were done shopping, I'm sure, maybe even more. So this is a reminder to assess things, notice things, pay attention to what your body is trying to tell you, and try to move the needle towards 1% better in those areas of what your body needs. Get more sleep if you need to. I mean, sometimes you're just in a phase or a season of life that you're not going to, which is fine. That's just a season. It's not forever. No season is forever. Things are constantly changing in everybody's lives. And when you're tired, you might need some water. You might need some protein. You might need a change of pace. You might need some fresh air. One thing that I definitely have felt the effects of is fresh air over and over again, where I will be feeling super tired, but I'm like, nope, I have to get my 10-minute walk in today. I am not going to sleep without doing that. And so I get outside, start walking, and immediately feel refreshed, and my mind starts running, like not crazy, but it starts, imagining things, getting creative, thinking about ideas. It's just amazing to me that I have gone so long just believing that if I'm tired, I need sleep. That is not always the case. And even the other thing could be, why can I not figure this out sometimes? It doesn't want to. Okay, if this one's going this way, this one goes, what in the world? This one needs to come through here. Goodness gracious. Shouldn't be this hard. Here we go. No? Okay. What the heck is going on? Okay, sorry, I need to figure this out. Oh my gosh, what the heck? You guys are like, what's going on? Oh, there we go. Okay, there was just a little string that was holding it back from going through. So I think one like another reason on top of the millions of reasons that people say meditation is good for you is just strengthening the mind and your ability to put one thing aside and be able to focus on another thing. And I mean that in a good way, like not trying to, like I do as a stoic Finn, try to just sweep emotions under the rug and try to avoid feeling them. But working on that, by the way. I mean in the way of like, if you just feel so tired and all you can think about is how tired you are, one, you might just need sleep, maybe. But two, you might just need something exciting to focus on or something different to think about. You might just need to change your mindset in that moment, which I understand is hard, which is why I'm saying, meditation might help with that. I'm not saying I'm great at it, because I was just doing that a little while ago when my kids were, oh my goodness. There was a lot of milk spilled. Let's just say that. Don't cry over spilled milk, but I didn't cry. I just felt so tired and I just put my head in my hands and I was just like, oh, can I just go to sleep already? I was so tired. But that's all I could think about was how tired I was. And so all I felt was tired. But as soon as my kids went to sleep, I was like, I have so many things I want to do. I'm going to get up and do them. I do definitely go through times of the month where I feel... Excuse you? You are so loud. Where I feel the creativity kick in even more so in the evening. And I'm just like, I want to work on 500 things before I go to sleep. And I literally could stay up all night. Or at least I have stayed up till like 3 a.m. working on stuff and thinking like, oh, I should probably go to sleep because I'm going to regret this in the morning. And then, of course, right when I get up in the morning, I do feel like I kind of regret it. But then, by the time we get going in the morning, it's always like, okay, I can survive. I'll be okay. Sometimes you do need a little kick of caffeine or whatever. But side note, I heard that lemon has similar effects to caffeine if you eat lemon, if you drink lemon, if you put lemon in your water in the morning. I don't know. I haven't actually tried it. I just heard that. But okay, so one more point about this is this morning, like I said, after I slept for 9 hours, I felt tired, even though my body naturally woke up. The sun was coming in the window. It was time to get up. Like, it was 9 a.m. Okay. I slept great. I slept long enough. I naturally woke up, no alarms, nothing. It wasn't like I was woken in the middle of a sleep cycle where you just feel super groggy. And I felt fine when I opened my eyes and realized, like, consciously became aware that I was awake. I was like, I feel good. And then a couple minutes later, as I still laid in bed and I was just being grateful for everything and, happy to face another day, to have woken up to be able to have another day on this earth, I was starting to feel tired again. And I was like, what? I felt fine a couple minutes ago. Like, why am I feeling tired? I'm like, maybe I should just go back to sleep for a while. But I also quickly remembered that a lot of times when I have felt a bit tired, when I woke up and I'm like, oh, I'll just go back to sleep, and I have the liberty to go back to sleep, I end up waking up the second time way more tired and groggy and I feel like a bump on a log, and it doesn't feel good. And so I said, no, I'm not going to go back to sleep. I'm just going to get up. And what do you know? As soon as I got out of bed, I was perfectly fine, and I knew I was going to be. And so that's just another reminder that even if I think that's part of my problem, actually. Part of my problem is just I'm a night owl and not a morning person. Like, I can fight against it all day long. I can wake up at 5 a.m. for 3 years or 50 years and still prefer the evening over the morning. And so I've just, as my night owl self, trained myself to not like the morning. And so whatever chance I get to just go back to sleep in the morning and not have to face the day yet is like, let me just take that opportunity and just go back to sleep. And then also just having such a comfy, cozy bed and having such a freezing cold room and atmosphere, like air, it just makes you not want to get out of bed because your bed is so cozy and you don't want to be cold. But yes, I'm definitely guilty of waking up, deciding I'm still tired and going back to sleep. And then the next time I wake up, I'm like, why did I do that? That was a horrible idea. And then I just feel worse. And I sometimes drag that through hours, many hours of the day. So next time you're tired, think about this, think about that, think about reasons why you might be tired, and come back and tell me if you notice yourself being able to get energy in other ways besides taking a nap. Sometimes when I've been super tired too, I will pull out my computer and start working on something that I'm excited about, and that will just fill me with energy for, like I said, sometimes hours. Sometimes I pull out my computer at 9 or 10 p.m. when I'm just, all I want to do is go to sleep. And then somehow I find myself up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. doing, okay, honestly, I don't think I've ever stayed up till 3 a.m. when I have to get up at 5 a.m. That's just a little crazy, but I definitely have stayed up till midnight when I have to get up at 5 and somehow get through it. All right, you can't tell it's any big. Oh gosh. You can't tell it's any bigger, but I did go. It looks too awkward. Okay, but yeah, anyway, I went like halfway around. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you took something from it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.